So, good morning, class. Welcome to our subject, English 9, Quarter 3, Week 5. This is Rafi Aguilar, your teacher. Before we proceed to our formal discussion this morning, don't forget to visit our official website, GAITF, that seems that school/LCMS. I repeat, GAITF, that seems that school/LCMS. Log on your account there. Look for the subject English 9 and click for the third quarter. And download the PDF files, including your PowerPoint, video presentations, modules, and don't forget to answer the quizzes and activities I have uploaded there. Okay, so today we have a new lesson, but before we proceed, of course, what was our lesson that we have discussed last meeting? So, the topic that we have discussed was all about the generalizations. And what is generalization? If you can still remember the topic that we have discussed last meeting. So, generalization, it is what? The summarization of the factual evidences. Okay, so I hope that you've learned that. So again, I guess everyone is now excited. I will not make this any longer. So let's begin with the discussion. What do you think is our lesson for this morning class? Okay, let's find out. Our lesson for this morning is all about the elements of plot. Now, do you have any idea about elements of plot? I know you have done this topic from your previous years. So this is not new to you, and I hope that you have still in mind your prior knowledge about the elements of plot. I know there are lots of ideas running into your mind right now, so I'm looking forward to hear it all. I would be grateful to accommodate everyone so that everyone can share their insight or opinion based on the topic that we are going to discuss this morning. So just keep it there, and let's clarify if those information you have in your mind right now are actually correct. So let's find out. As usual, before proceeding to our formal discussion, I have prepared our objectives for today's discussion. So these may serve as our learning targets. So first, determine the different types of biases and prejudices. Sorry, this is not the objectives of the topic. I forgot to edit this one. I'm sorry. Okay. Distance is being challenged by information technology. With this latest technology, you can virtually travel or reach other places and unite people worldwide. Thus, you can transmit messages very easily through the prime means of a communication, the cellular phone. I know everyone has cellular phone, so that is a platform that a device that we can communicate with other people around the world. The second one is the exposition. The first one is the exposition or the introduction. Second one is the rising action. Third one is the climax. Fourth one is the falling action. And last but not the least is the resolution, which is the resolution. The result, no? It could be the sad or happy ending if the climax is resolved there. It could be the questions, etc. The plot is a literary term used to describe the events that make up a story or the main part of a story. These events relate to each other in a pattern or a sequence. The structure of a novel depends on the organization of events in the plot of the story. A plot is one of the most important parts of a story and has many different purposes. The plot focuses attention on the important characters and their roles in the story. It motivates the characters to affect the story and connects the events in an orderly manner. The plot creates a desire for the reader to read by absorbing them in the middle of the story, ensuring they want to know what happens next. The plot forms a memory in readers' minds, allowing them to think about the book and even make them want to read it again. By identifying and understanding the plot, the reader can understand the message being conveyed by the author and the explicit or implicit moral of the story. Lesson 2 is recognizing the uses of verbals. It is important to determine the uses of gerunds, infinitives, and participles known as verbal in English grammar. They look like verbs, but they don't actually function as verbs. Verbals are formed from verbs but are used as nouns, adjectives, and adverbs. They differ from verbs because verbs can make a complete sentence while verbal cannot. Verbs can change person and number while verbals cannot. There are three kinds of verbals. So we have the infinitive, the gerund, and the participle. These modules will guide and enable you to learn about the definition of each verbal, its uses in sentences, and write sentences using each of the verbals correctly. Verbals may be confusing, especially between gerunds and participles, particularly the present participles, for they are both written alike ending in ing. But upon knowing a distinct function or use of each of them, you will come to learn how they differ in their uses and eventually master how to write sentences using gerunds, infinitives, and participles correctly. Verbals gerunds. Gerunds are verbs forms ending ing, plus used as a noun. They are identical to the present participle in form but differ in function. A gerund plus a word or words makes gerund phrases. Examples of gerunds: speaking, jogging, skimming, listening, jumping, reading. So those are an example of gerund. So as you can see, or as you can observe, you can notice the and ing. That is gerund. Now let's have the gerund phrase. Example of this: speaking to elders, listening to music, and skimming the text. Those are the gerund phrase. Verbals infinitives. So infinitives are verbals introduced by the preposition to plus simple or base form of the verb. They are used as nouns, adjectives, and adverbs. When used as a noun, it functions as a subject, predicate, nominative or predicate noun, direct object, object of a preposition, and as a positive. Examples of infinitive: to respect, to observe, to travel, to be, to wear, to take infinitive phrases: to respect parents, to observe silence, to be a contestant, and to wear a smile. Those are the examples of infinitive phrase. I'm sorry for that. Okay, now let's take a look at on the chart. So infinitive used as noun. So a subject on the sentence, to wear a smile when upset is difficult subject. So where is the verb there? To wear as the subject. How about as the predicate nominative or predicate noun? To obey is to listen. The subject verb predicate noun is to listen. As direct object, my friend likes to paint. The underlined words there is to paint. About nature, the subject verb is the direct object. As object of a preposition, because he is new to the school and has no one to talk to, Carlos was about subject verb preposition to transfer to other school where he's object of the preposition previous classmates are. As a positive, his father gave him a choice. The subject verb direct object to learn is to adjust the appositive. Second is the infinitive used as an adjective. The sentence, the first person to know about. So subject is the first person. Adjective is the children or the parents. Infinitive used as an adverb. They are responsible to look after subject verb adjective adverb their children's well-being, especially when they are at home. Verbal participles. Participles are verbal adjectives. They are used to describe nouns and pronouns. There are two kinds of participles, the present participle and the past participle. Okay, so the past participles of some irregular verbs are the same as their present tense and past tense forms. Examples: red, 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 cat, cat, cat. Red cat, article, cat, cat, score. My friend is still grateful to know that he was able to make it even to the cat score. The past participles of some irregular verbs are the same as their past tense form. Examples: steal, stole, stolen. So, stole, build, belt, belt. Okay? Stole, stolen, identify. Built, built is relationship. Gets? Example: the man is on the run because of his stolen identity. So that is. So it is the same as the past participle form of the verb. The past participle of some irregular verbs change their forms or spellings. Examples: fall, fell, fallen. Again, fall, fell, fallen. Break, broke, broken. Fallen, fallen, star. Broken, broken, glass. Now let's use it in a sentence. She was able to step on the broken glass. So see, the past participle form of the verb is the same. Diba? Not the same. Other are the same but others are not. Like broke and broken. Diba? We have irregular verbs and regular verbs. So, fallen or the fallen. Break, broke, broken. So that's all for today, class. Thank you for having your time with me, and I hope that you've learned something today. So before we end off this session, don't forget to visit our official website and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel so that you are updated on our latest video happening on YouTube. So once again, this is Rocky Aguilar, your teacher, saying have a nice day everyone, God bless, and stay safe. Paalam!